Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Book du Jour. And here's our host, Belle Lettre.
Bonjour. Joining us today is author and child psychologist, Dr. David Sanford. Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Your new book, David, examines a stigma being faced by more and more families in this country.
Yes.
The book is called Facing the Shame, Growing Up Average in America.
Yes.
Tell me, David, how did you come to do this book?
Well, Belle, I was doing some research in the course of which I began to deal more and more with what I began to call, for lack of a better term, average children. These are kids, we've all seen them, who get average grades, are just all right in sports, and in many cases are well liked by their friends.
But they're different, aren't they?
Well, yes, they are. I mean, think about being average for a minute. Imagine what that's like. I mean,
I can't.
It's a label that once it's applied, follows you for the rest of your life. Being average is not something that you'd get over, say, like the measles or a dog bite. I mean, every morning when you wake up, you realize that today, just like yesterday, and just like tomorrow, you're going to be average. And you have to learn to deal with that.
Painful.
Yes.
What are the symptoms of the average child? I mean, my children, Jour and Brie, are both in gifted programs. But what about parents who aren't so fortunate? How can they tell if their child is average?
Good question. That's really very difficult to tell. Many parents are unaware of just how average their children are because, well, the signs are so difficult to read. I mean, in fact, in my own practice, I would say that nearly 2/3 of the parents I deal with would be shocked to learn that their children are, in fact, enormously average.
What should they look for then?
Well, there are a few warning signs. Is your child a lot like other children? If so, he or she might be average. Their schoolwork can give you some indication. Are they getting mostly C's?
Ooh.
Yeah, this could also be a sign that they're average.
Can't they be tested?
Well, yeah, unfortunately, though, most of the tests in use today have not been designed to pinpoint the average child. You know, they're geared mostly toward the child who may be exceptional or deficient. And so, you know, getting an accurate reading of average can be very tricky indeed.
What do you tell parents when they first learn that their child is average? How do you help them deal with it? I'm talking about the pain these parents experience when they first realize, my God, my child is average. How do they cope with that? How can they face their friends?
Yeah, I know. I mean, the first thing I try to get across is that there's no shame involved. I mean, in this world, someone has to be average. I mean, it's just the way things are set up. I mean, many parents feel it's their fault, and usually that has nothing to do with it.
So average parents don't make for average children?
No, there's virtually no correlation I can find. Some of the most exceptional parents I know have really average children, incredibly average, and vice versa. It can strike any family, anytime, and without warning. It can.
Do you have kids of your own?
Oh, yeah. We have a 4-year-old, Nathan Patrick. Very bright little boy. Might be a prodigy. We're not sure. He's already reading, and we're starting him on French lessons.
Sounds great.
He's great, he is.
My kids are the same way. The book is called Facing the Shame, Growing Up Average in America. The author is Dr. David Sanford. Thanks for being with us.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you, Belle.
Next week, we'll meet personal enrichment expert Linda Melby and discuss her new book, How to Be an Individual Just Like Everybody Else. Until then, this is Belle Lettre. Bonjour.
Bonjour, Belle.